You can look at these guys and you can say, okay, well, hey, this guy like Shedeur, in my opinion, my genuine opinion, Shedeur is head and shoulders clearly the best rookie quarterback. Looked prepared, looked ready to go. I
Full
think
command of the playbook.
Yeah, full command. Like you could, like I was just so. It wasn't even. Everyone's all focused on the throws, and those were great. And the rollout and the slide for the touchdown throw, tight window throw, the one in the corner, like all that's great. But the thing that really stood out to me, and this is my point about JJ specifically, is that Shedeur rolls up to the line. He's under center. You can clearly see him looking at the defense and saying, "Hey, we're gonna go this way because all the pressure's over here." Like you can see him doing that, and JJ was not doing that.
The blitz that he had picked up, that play where the linebacker is coming hot, because again, this is a problem. Anthony Richardson. You guys saw the
great
play.
Example.
Anthony Richardson. Everybody was saying, "Oh, the Colts blew the play, and the line sucks, and the wide receiver." The play where Anthony Richardson got hurt was 100% his own fault. And I tweeted this out, and people were ripping me for it. That is a formation where the quarterback is hot. He's alone. He has no help. He's got to make a quick decision. And it requires him to read the blitz pre-snap. Not only did Anthony Richardson miss that he was hot, not only did he not look where the linebacker is moves to the middle, so they bring a guy up to the edge who's clearly going to blitz. I know he's going to blitz. You know he's going to blitz.
He's just camping there.
Anthony Richardson has no idea. And he knows the protection, or you think he would know, is going to let that guy run free because everybody was shifting left. And so what did Richardson do? Instead of hitting the back, which was what his assignment was, if there's a blitz there, you're hot, you got to dump it down to the back. No, he stood there, and not only did he not look off his offensive line's right, he looked left and got blown up. He had no idea the guy was coming. And then the exact same situation, Shedeur Sanders changed the motion of his back, sent him left because he diagnosed the blitz coming pre-snap. The back picks up the blitzer. Does Shedeur run out of the pocket? And no, he stands in there and delivers a picture-perfect pass because he has command of the playbook.
Feet set, great mechanics, step into the throw, like everything that you would want, man.
This to me, you look across the NFL, and Indianapolis is a really good example of this. I think you look across the NFL, your team either handles quarterbacks well or they don't. The Colts do not. I look at the Chicago Bears. Everybody is ripping Ben Johnson today. I'm listening to the Score in Chicago. I'm listening to Sports 1000 in Chicago today. Fans in Chicago crushing Ben Johnson for not playing Caleb Williams. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, okay, well, why didn't he play Caleb Williams? Well, we did not play the number one offensive line. So do you want to expose Caleb Williams to defenses on second, and really it wasn't even second stringers? 3/4 of that starting offensive line probably is not one or two. So I have no problem that you didn't play Caleb Williams. Why didn't you play the offensive line? Because they're not hurt. Oh, that's right. You're worried about getting your $66 million investment injured.
Yes.
Because that's what we spent on the offensive line in Chicago.
As you should have.
$66 million. Absolutely. We needed it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
But do I like that Caleb Williams didn't get those live reps? No, I do not. I hate it. Do I like that he didn't play because the offensive line didn't play? Very much so. That was the right decision.
I mean, I think that there's still time, though. I mean, I think that the take that, hey, well, he didn't play, and so people are pissed that he's not getting the reps, and, what are we doing? Like, because I saw that too, and my thought just was, listen, man, would you feel better if they played him for one series in the first week of the preseason? Would that make you feel better? Would that make fans and radio hosts and the people like us who talk about the league, would that make you guys all feel better if he played one or two series? Because I'm just telling you, one or two series is not going to define the guy's season. And And if we learned anything from last season, he's clearly proven that he can play in the
Yes.
NFL. The only question is going to be how long is it going to take him to get used to the verbiage so he can walk up to the line, diagnose the defense, change the play, do all those things that quarterbacks do pre-snap. That's what defines great quarterback
I
play
would agree.
and terrible quarterback play. So I personally am not that concerned. I would fully expect him. Obviously, he's going to play this coming week. Like, you're going to get a lot of reps. Like, he'll be fine. But I just think people panic, right? It's like people just freak out the moment they don't do exactly what you think that they should do. And this was my point about everyone hating on Shedeur, right? I mean, look what had to happen for Shedeur to get that start.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, Deshaun had to be hurt. Joe Flacco's 40 plus years old. Kenny Tiny Hands Pickett is hurt. Dylan Gabriel is hurt. So, like, there was like 18 things that had to happen for this dude to get a start. He goes out and he balls his ass off. Preseason game, albeit. 2s and 3s, albeit. Totally get it. But he still took advantage of the opportunity. So I don't know, man. I just feel like people don't want to give Shedeur credit. They want to knee pad JJ McCarthy, and then they want to rip a guy in Ben Johnson who's probably going to have one of the best offenses in the league once they figure it out.
Well, and I think what we saw in practice last week with the Bears specifically, and this is the other thing on JJ McCarthy that worries you so much, is he's not looked good in their inner squads, and he's looked worse in live reps in practice against other teams.
Mm-hmm.
The interceptions, the pick sixes. And he just has not been accurate. And you look at this from The Athletic right here, and I'm sure you guys saw this. The Athletic tweeted this. It's all everybody's talking about today. 50 executives and NFL personalities, experts, if you will. I think they called it industry experts, put quarterbacks into tiers. And at the top of this thing doesn't even matter. Look at 18 through 34. And look at where J.J. McCarthy is. And then ask yourself, right now today, J.J. McCarthy or Danny Dimes in Indianapolis? I don't think that's as easy as it seems.
Gosh, I almost want to say I would only take JJ because he's younger.
I think that's right.
Like, that's literally the only reason, dude.
Look at who's behind J.J. McCarthy. Danny Dimes, Joe Flacco, who's 79 years old, Anthony Richardson, who's not a real quarterback, Spencer Rattler, and Kenny Pickett. And then you go, okay, well, who's ahead of him? Michael Penix Jr., clearly a superior quarterback. Justin Fields, who actually looked, and let's get really crazy now. I'm going to say something.
Monty.
Let me get this graphic off the screen. Listen. I'm going to say something. Please don't drive off the road. Okay, put your hands at 10 and 2. The New York Jets. The New York Jets built an offense around their starting quarterback, Justin Fields. Holy shit. I know. How good did he look this weekend? And how happy are you for Justin Fields? And if you're not, your soul is dead, which means you're a Michigan fan. Anyway, the point is, then you look at Russ, Kirk Cousins. Now you're starting to get up the list, and all of these quarterbacks are much better. Caleb's much better. Drake May, I think I would expect Drake May to take a huge step forward this season in that system. Darnold's clearly better. Nix is clearly better. Geno, Trevor, Tua, A-Raj, everybody above JJ for the most part. Justin Fields, JJ McCarthy is going to be very interesting. I would take Justin Fields personally. I don't think there's a question that everybody who is above JJ McCarthy in this ranking is better than he is. Nobody's taking JJ over Michael Penix.
You know, the crazy thing is, not with this graphic, not to get way off, but if you look at where Dak is, it's incredible that they've got, and really not even Dak, Jalen Hurts. You've got CJ Stroud and Jalen Hurts tied.
And I'm not, and this might be, maybe this is another conversation. Why am I not sold on CJ Stroud?
I mean, because they went to the playoffs one year and he played in a game, and they just haven't. And also, it's the Texans, so
Are you in the comment section? Are you guys sold on CJ Stroud? I mean, let me explain that real quick. as you look at these rankings from The Athletic, this is 50 NFL experts putting quarterbacks into tiers. CJ Stroud is somebody to me who is a good NFL quarterback. He is not a franchise guy. You're not going to put the team on his back. Not at this point. And what is this? Like his third week in the NFL? Like the guy is his third, this is his third year, like being in all seriousness, he's so young. So young. But if you look at Patrick Mahomes right out of the gate, superstar.
Right.
Joe Burrow, who I think is the best quarterback in the NFL. Again, Josh Allen. You guys know I'm not a big Lamar fan. Matt Stafford, I have no idea how he's top 5. But you look at like a Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels last year was really good right out of the gate. Strikes me as a franchise guy. I am not sold on CJ Stroud. And the fact that you have Brocktober, Jordan Love, Dak Prescott, and Shake and Bake behind him, I think is disgusting.
Couldn't
because
agree more.
I think all of them are better. And my question is, look at number 15. Verticality or CJ Stroud?
CJ Stroud.
No, I think that's really close.
Well, here's why, though. Here's why.
Really close.
Hear me out, though. CJ Stroud versus verticality. I don't think numbers-wise, I'd have to look and see how close it is. Obviously, Kyle is going to have more numbers, just because he's been in the league longer. But if you look at it just face value, I think CJ, he's going into his third year, hasn't really had injury issues, is a phenomenal leader, is a great teammate, great for your organization guy. I don't know,
is he a great leader? Have we?
I feel like
that?
He's been.
But have we seen in a year of adversity last year, because they clearly were not as good?
Yeah.
As they were, his numbers are much better than his numbers. And before I give his numbers, I think a quarterback numbers are incredibly indicative of their quality of play. I think that's the one position. What's in sacks, interceptions. They don't tell you anything about a DB or a defensive end, right? Oh, he only had 5 sacks. Well, there could be a myriad of reasons for that. He didn't have any interceptions. Well, there could be a myriad of reasons for that. You look at a quarterback, almost exclusively, touchdowns and interceptions tells a story. Completion percentage, yards. Do you guys understand that this cat in 2 years has thrown for 7,800 yards, 43 touchdowns, and 17 interceptions? Those are really good numbers.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't strike me as a guy that's like, there he is. Like, he doesn't strike me as that. He does not. And I don't know how else to describe it other than the guy has put up fantastic numbers and he does not strike me as a superstar.
Yeah.
I feel bad saying it, but
I don't think he will ever be a superstar the way those top 5 guys are, and really the top 4 guys, because I agree Stafford's got no business being top 5.
I don't know how he got in there.
No matter what you think of Lamar, he's definitely a star in the league. Everyone knows who he is. So, I look at this list and I say CJ is one of the first guys on the list who beats most defenses with his mind. He's got a great arm. Obviously he can run a little bit, but he's someone who prides himself on the pre-snap read and knowing what the defense is doing and having a grip on his offense. So to me, I look at this list and I say, hey, like Jaden Daniels, we're going to figure it out this year, right? This is going to be your make or break year. You're going to have another great year and you're just going to launch yourself into that top
Gotta be 4. A 4,000-yard passer in my opinion.
4,000-yard passer, probably. I don't know what the deal is with Terry McLaurin and what they're, how that's going to shake out if they wind up retaining him or moving him. But let's say you retain him. Yeah, I would say 4,000 yards, bunch of touchdowns, and lower the interceptions as much as you can. But
absolutely right.
I just think that CJ Stroud is a guy that again, I think he plays for the Texans. The Texans are a cute little team. They're always a Cinderella story team who are right on the bubble and they need something crazy to happen. And, if they make the playoffs again, people will talk about him more. If they can have a better year, great. But, they're much like, who's another quarterback that hasn't made the postseason enough, but is really
Murray.
Good. Yeah, Kyler Murray.
And I think there's this stigma around the little guy Did you see that?
Yeah, little
He's
guy.
not.
The little
He's
guy.
just
Yeah.
short. You know?
Right. The little guy.
I think there's a stigma around Kyler Murray. What would you guess his career high in yards per season? He's played. Can you believe? This is hard to say out loud because Jake and I were there when he was drafted.
Yeah.
He's played 7 seasons in the NFL.
Yeah, bro.
His best season was year 2. 16 games, 3,900 yards, 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 800 yards rushing, and 11 touchdowns rushing. Okay, and he's fluctuated. Injuries. Last year, he played 17 games, 3,851 yards, 21 touchdowns, 11 picks, 572 yards, 5 touchdowns. Like, he's a dominant offensive force.
He is a better passer than Lamar, in my opinion, and not quite the runner. Great runner, just not quite the runner.
Okay, so again, little guy in Arizona, Kyler Murray or CJ Stroud. And I know it's crazy. CJ Stroud is not, and you said this before, and I should have probably slapped you in the bag when you said it.
Mm-hmm.
CJ Stroud is not a mobile quarterback. CJ Stroud is a guy who can move and he can run when he has to.
Mm-hmm.
He is not a running quarterback. He's got how many rushing attempts do you think he had in 2 seasons? In his 2 seasons, more or less than 100?
Less.
91. He averages 4.4 yards a carry, and he has exactly 400 yards and 3 touchdowns rushing in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, he's
not a running
prolific
quarterback
runner, but again, he's more of a runner than Joe Burrow is, right?
Your
Joe Burrow's
mom's
not a runner.
more of a runner than Joe Burrow is.
He's more of a runner than Jaden Daniels is.
Justin Herbert, he's more of a runner than Justin Herbert, right? Amongst the stable of young guys. He's mobile. He is a mobile quarterback. He's not anchored in the pocket. I would liken him very much to Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Right. They're mobile quarterbacks, but they certainly don't want to run. They want to throw. So I think that question about Kyler Murray versus CJ Stroud, I think that is really close. I'm leaning verticality.
I think verticality will have a better year this year than CJ will.
If we're, and maybe this is too early and I'm being just absolutely delusional, I think Kyler Murray has a chance to be an MVP candidate this year. I think they've got the weapons around him. You start looking at what the Cardinals have to offer this year.
Yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr. got his ass in the weight room this year, no doubt.
And looks like it. And the thing I really like is that you start looking at their offense. James Conner, now he's got Trey Benson. Mm-hmm. Marvin Harrison, Michael Williams, Zay Jones, Trey McBride, the highest paid tight end in the NFL. Say it again.
Yeah.
Trey McBride. And they finally have some stability across the offensive line. And that defense is legit. You look at what Josh Sweat can potentially be on that defense. And I think if he's not half, because he's not young. But if he's, what is Josh Sweat? Probably 27, 28. If he's half the player he was in Philadelphia and Arizona, verticality is going to have a chance to be an MVP. As crazy as that is, I think year 2, because it'll be year 2 for Marvin Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually selling jerseys now.
Josh Sweat's 28 years old, by the way.
28, excuse me.
Yep.
I think if Marvin Harrison takes the jump, and I feel like he's going to take a jump. If Marvin Harrison takes a jump and James Conner can stay 14, 15, 13, 14 games, I'm telling you, Kyler Murray has a chance to be an MVP. Yeah. And it's because he's just ready, right? But
the division's more open than it's been, for sure.
Because the 49ers aren't going to be dominant. Yeah. The Rams, I think Matthew Stafford, for those of you who missed it, Matt was not back at practice today. And remember what McVay had been running out, that Matt Stafford was going to be back at practice and everything was going to be fine. And no, turns out he's not. And he's dealing with a lower back injury. That's a problem. And so I look at Matt Stafford. So I think the Rams are in trouble. What is Darnold in Seattle? I have no idea because and you've talked about this. I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't know what to make of him in that particular offense with that particular group of guys. But Arizona has every reason to believe they can win the division.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that the Sam Darnold thing with Kevin O'Connell was, a special combination. Kevin O'Connell is very good at what he does, and that offensive scheme is really good, which is why I'm a little surprised, about JJ McCarthy not having a little more success than whatever the hell he had 4 of 7 the other night. But I
Ooh.
I, I don't know, man. I think that Sam Darnold, we know who this guy is, and he had a great year last year, flamed out in the playoffs. So I don't know what that means. Does that mean that it was just you had a nice run and you were playing, your team was hot for 16 games?
He is the USC quarterback.
Yeah,
I mean, you look at USC,
what are the odds?
USC quarterbacks and Ohio State quarterbacks aren't exactly lighting the world on fire, right? Those are two universities that for a long time now, and maybe this is my Justin Fields, CJ Stroud discussion, like Ohio, it's not like Ohio State puts quarterbacks in Canton, right? So let's not but who's the last great USC quarterback? Because it ain't Matt Leinart. It ain't
Jackson Dart.
It ain't Butt Fumble. Yep. Well, how much better was Jackson Dart post Los Angeles when he went to the
way
SIP?
Better.
When he went to the SIP and my guy Lane Train, come on now, right? Like, stay hard. That's my guy.
Bro.
And how
unless
good
we're talking Brian Kelly, then he's not your guy. Then we're having a different conversation. There's levels of this game.
I had a good weekend. And you got to bring up Captain Southern Belle and start talking about, oh man, wow, shut up.
Oh, we'll get to Notre Dame in a moment.
No, we won't. Jerky. But my point is, when I look at these quarterbacks, I don't see, especially in this rookie class right now, I think Shedeur's head and shoulders the best. I truly do. Big Panev. Carson Palmer was the last good, not great. And and Brandon, you probably remember this because you've been here forever. I think you started listening to this show when you were in your dad's bag. I could be wrong. Too much?
Your dad's bag. Bro.
I have a lot of energy today. Carson Palmer was good, not great. And obviously the injuries caught up to him. The Cincinnati situation caught up to him.
Mm-hmm.
He never was that guy in Arizona. He just wasn't that guy. And I think Carson Palmer was probably the best recent USC quarterback. Mark Sanchez just never was, right? If Darnold puts up another year and let's say Seattle makes a playoff run, okay, maybe. But he was so bad in the playoffs last year for Minnesota. I don't know. I just don't think USC has put guys in the NFL at that level. I don't think Ohio State quarterbacks, Craig Krenzel, doesn't roll right off the tip of your tongue. Ohio State has struggled to put quarterbacks in the NFL. Some of that is Justin Fields landed in one of the worst situations for quarterbacks in the history of the NFL.
Totally.
Right? So I think Justin has a chance, which with an offense that's clearly built around him now, Justin has a chance to finally grow and develop it as an NFL quarterback. But it's not like Ohio State and SC are putting guys in the league.
Yeah.
And so...
And there's a chance we'll find out with Will Howard, right? If old man can't make it the whole season, Will Howard will get a chance.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how all that plays out. Is there anybody here who wants to argue against Shedeur being the number one rookie quarterback?
Bro, I just don't know how.
Because I don't know how you even would.
I don't know how you would. And again, in fairness, let me just get out in front of it. Yes, preseason game, but yes, his only opportunity this far. And I would also point out, if you zoom out of the game a little bit and you look at this dude's journey so far, I mean, this guy got punched in the bag on draft night and then for 3 straight days was left for dead. And I sit here and I say, everyone would say, oh, this guy sucks and nice draft room and nice little song you put out on draft night and yada, yada, yada. And nice antics. And, this isn't daddy ball anymore. And, they're not going to retire your jersey after your first play like they did at Colorado, all that stuff. And I just think that, Shedeur deserves a lot of credit for just coming out and doing his job. And,
Jake,
like it's that simple.
Here's the truth. Maturity was never an issue or a question about Shedeur. He's always,
Yeah.
right? Has he not always had the spotlight?
Yeah.
Always. What was so impressive, he was the exact same guy the other night that he was at Colorado last year.
Mm-hmm. And do you know how difficult that is, though?
Oh,
Like, not to interrupt you, but
dude,
like think of how compressed the timeline is to go out there and I don't remember even how many plays it was, but just to work through all of those progressions and all of those, like to have that grip on the playbook. Because again, what again leading up to the game, what was the hype? Hey, well, this guy had been in the facility every day and like was working his ass off to learn the playbook and like was first guy to practice, last guy to leave type material. Like that's what we were hearing. So there was a ton of hype and a ton of pressure. He then shows up pregame, walking in the tunnel with a big ass speaker and his whole group with him. And you're like, all right, man, I really hope you perform, because if you don't,
he's going to flame.
He is going to get absolutely flamed. And what did he do? He performed. And it wasn't just like, oh, nice completion percentage. Like, no, he put points on the board and tore up your second and third defense.
Now,
and he can't do anything else.
You might want to get rid of the football.
Yes.
Those 2 sacks, the one that was a 1-yard sack, he ran 68 yards, I think it was, to take a 1-yard sack. The one where he ran backwards and lost 20 yards, like, okay, you got to get rid of those.
Yep.
4 of his completions were elite throws that I would say maybe 1 or 2 other quarterbacks, the elite throwers in this league.
Dude, that one he floated out to the back, running to the right sideline is ridiculous.
That's
hell of a catch, by the way. Hell of a catch.
Well, yeah, but who are the quarterback, the throw into the corner of the end zone through a really tiny window? Only Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes,
Josh Allen, certainly.
Nah, Josh Allen isn't making that throw. Josh Allen's not making. That's not his game. I think when you look at the elite passers in this league, because Mahomes is probably the best off concept, off script thrower in this league. He makes that throw. Burrow makes that throw. Dak probably makes that throw. But Josh Allen, Justin Herbert doesn't make that throw because he doesn't move like that. I think you're watching a guy make elite throws. And what did we know about Shedeur? 74% completions. He is an accurate passer who's got plenty of zip. What was the knock? He doesn't have the arm strength. Dude, you look at the boundary throws he made. You look at those throws in tight windows over the middle. Shedeur Sanders, I think, had himself 14 of 23, 138 and 2 touchdowns. He easily had himself the best of the weekend. I mean, I just think that it was something remarkable.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even think I'm overhyping it.
I mean, just for stats, just as, to back that up, Joe Burrow, this was last season, by the way. Joe Burrow leading the league at 70%, or one of the league leaders. You have, and this is by passing yards, by the way. So Joe's at 1 with 4,900. Goff is at 2 with 4,600. Baker's at 3. Geno Smith and Sam Darnold 4 and 5. Like, you don't even see, as far as yardage, you don't even see Patrick Mahomes until 7. Josh Allen's at 14. So, like, I mean, it's, I think the hard part's going to be, the way the offense is called and just how committed to the run they're going to be. If they run the ball, he never really had that at Colorado, like a really good run game. If they could figure out the run game, I think that would really help him.
And they didn't play a number 1 running back.
Yeah.
Which they didn't play crazy. Any of their number 1s.
Yeah.
Shedeur did that with 2s, 3s, and 4s. And, Kirk DeBow for $35. I'm back. Hello, Kirk. Sorry I'm late. Not a member, but I'm the guy that told you why your potatoes were purple. Can't wait to see the K-State Utah game. I love purple potatoes, you guys. I'm a huge fan. I love it. Kirk, good to see you. Appreciate it. Poncho Cornwallis.
Now, here we go. If
JJ stayed at Michigan and was healthy last year, Michigan definitely made, but he didn't candies and nuts. I love all these, the level of delusion that Michigan fan has. Oh, J.J. McCarthy's the best quarterback. He's the best quarterback who's ever played at Michigan. Fuck off. He's not. He's not. They didn't win a championship because of J.J. McCarthy. The rewriting of history by the scumbags in Ann Arbor is remarkable to me. Remarkable. Oak State James, Purdy is way better than Prescott. Okay. Thank you for your contribution.
What are we doing?
Wasikowski. So what Monty is saying is Detroit is going to win the division again. I think there's a real good chance of that.
Yeah.
I think Detroit should, because I don't buy Minnesota's offense with JJ as the quarterback. He is even the most, I don't know, Panchavilla or Pancharello probably would never say it, but I think if you are a realistic Viking fan or understand JJ McCarthy, he has not had a good start in camp. Like the first 2.5 weeks here have been really bad. And what's really scary is he does not seem to have a handle on the playbook. Because if you watch him, go back and watch. And Dan Orlovsky did a really good breakdown of JJ's reps. Few as they were. Look how much his head's moving. What does that tell you? He's nervous. He's scared.
Game's moving fast.
The elite quarterbacks don't move their head. They move their eyes. Because when you turn your head to look, you're tipping your pitches. And the linebackers and the safeties all know. So you look at the best passers in this league, they don't move their head. They move their eyes, right? His head's going, is all over the place. And he was inaccurate. It's not been a good start. Stroud is appropriately rated. Okay. All right, Jimmy, good to see you. Nope, not sold on anyone until they have 3-4 years of consistent play. Excellence is consistency across broad competition, not 1 year against a weak schedule. Well, we'll see. I think Jaden's an interesting example of that. CJ's an interesting example of that. Caleb Williams, and this is why I'm so hyped on Caleb Williams right now. The week-to-week in training camp this year has been, by all accounts, unbelievable. But you look at the beating he took last year and you hear the stories that like DJ's telling about how physically beaten up Caleb Williams was essentially from week 6 forward. And you start to understand this guy put up identical numbers to Jaden Daniels and was on one hip, had just terrible sciatic issues after week 6, apparently. Like this cat was, because he got sacked 157,000 times last year.
Yep.
And you understand that the NFL hurts, right? So that's why I have hope, right? And I think it'll be interesting to see. Caleb's got to take a huge jump this year, right? There's no question. Jaden, Caleb, the CJ Stroud's got to get back to being a 4,000-yard passer. You forget about the rookies. Forget about Dart, Shedeur. These year 2 quarterbacks have to be really good. Drake May in New England has to be really, really good this year because Mike Vrabel jumping into dog piles with cutting his face to break up a fight. Okay, first of all, act like you've been here before. Second of all, you love that dogged tenacity. And that's what this team lacked last year. So I think guys have to take a huge step forward. I really do.
Doubt.
San Diego State Glenn, CJ Stroud had more pieces around him than his counterparts. Superstars aside, and he's got a really good defense. True. Jedi Buck, where has Calford been? He's always in and out. But he'll be here. He'll absolutely be here. He always shows up. We love our guy. Let's see. Jimmy Otson, number 15, would move up the rankings if he worked out a little more. Is Luka Doncic
did you just call him?
Is Luka Doncic on this list?
Let's see. Let's see.
I said Luka. Kyler Murray.
Oh, yeah, I see him slotted there somewhere at the top of the list.
I'm not going to
Luka
play
Mahomes.
I'm not going to play your stupid little game. He wants the video, and I'm not willing to play it.
Pick it up. Walk back. Daddy. Walk. One more. Right there. Go. Up.
Look at the face. That's all I got to do. Stare at his face.
Up.
Get it, Kyler.
Cool.
Get it.
Come on, boy. Up.
Get it, Kyler.
Let's go.
Is he squatting or taking a dump?
Forward.
Get it.
Come on, boy.
I mean, is that not enough workout for you? Are you kidding me?
Ass to grass.
That looks like a guy that's working out. Looks like that knee is doing just fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to leave this here. There's no cue. No. That is very true. That is very, very true. Glazing JJ is even more hilarious, Ferris. Yeah.
You mean knee padding?
Ferris is one of the absolute worst football guys that come on this show, with all due respect. And honestly, that's the respect you are due. You're terrible at talking football. You're absolutely horrendous. You've been wrong on everything. Absolutely everything. It's embarrassing. I mean, you look at all the scumbags in Ann Arbor, and it is remarkable.
Bro, the
Again,
commitment to sign stealer guy was incredible, Ferris.
What you scumbags have done to try and rewrite history about how, I mean, come on. What are we even doing? Big Blue Horses. We aren't going to really know anything until week 4 as Washington fan. I am expecting them to have a sophomore slump. Well, okay, now walk me through sophomore slump in Washington. Because I think when you look at the still called Commanders, even though Jack Wagon wants them not to be, Giants at Packers, Raiders at Falcons, at Chargers. Those are 5 very winnable games. The Bears at Cowboys, at Chiefs.
Cowboys would be your first measuring stick. Honestly.
At the Cowboys. Well, the Falcons, the Chargers with that defense, the Packers, I think.
Packers should be good. Yeah, Packers.
You have some road games, right? But who doesn't? You're the greatest team that anybody's ever seen. You should beat the Bears because you have a superior quarterback, Jaden to Caleb. Caleb sucks. He's a bust.
Garbo.
Even though you guys have the exact same numbers from last year. Oh, no, he was sacked 3 times more than you were. Like, come on. At the Chiefs, I mean, you look at that, that's probably 6 wins out of the gate. I would expect them to win the Giants game. I would expect Washington to... The Packer game's a toss-up. They're going to beat the Raiders. They should win in Atlanta. They'll lose to the Chargers. They'll win against the Bears. They'll win against the Cowboys. They'll lose against the Chiefs, and then they'll get their 6th win against the Seahawks. And then it's Lions, Dolphins, Broncos. You should win 2 of those 3. At the Vikings, win. At the Giants, win. Eagles, loss. Cowboys, win. At the Eagles, loss. You're a 9-win football team, minimum. I wouldn't call that a sophomore slump. I wouldn't, but that's just me. Last great QB from USC, Carson Palmer. Wow.
I mean,
Man.
just, really just an original take there, James. I really appreciate that contribution, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you.
2 pants. Monty is happy like he got 8 out of 21 during this 4-day weekend. Is that all? You should probably redo your math. Dude, I'm hitting that 21 every month. King of Thailand, Bears have a USC quarterback. We do. Absolutely we do. Dart looked good also. Looked excellent.
Yeah.
Wasikowski, when Sanders has to play against Hutch, let me know.
Here we go.
Like a furniture Hutch? I don't know. Starsky and Hutch? Oh, you mean that one-legged little... Anyway. Thailand, it would be great story if he winds up being great. I think he's already very good. He is arguably the best second-year quarterback in the NFL. By numbers, who's a better second-year quarterback by the numbers? Oh, Jaden Daniels, and he should have been MVP and Rookie of the Year, and he was amazing. Caleb sucked and is a bust. Same
Garbo.
numbers. Jaden is amazing and he should be anointed as the best quarterback in the NFL. Understood. David Persons. Hello, David. Shedeur showed a lot of class last night and showed what some people were seeing. He will be another Dan Marino or Warren Moon. See, like they don't win Super Bowls.
Oh, man.
Shedeur should be in Dallas. The Cowboys won't win until Jerry Jones is gone. Why should he be in Dallas? You already have.
Why do we have to make it about his dad, dude? What? Why is it about his dad? Like,
I'll never like this. Explain to me what you need from Dak Prescott that you would get from Shedeur Sanders. Help me understand.
Outside of the obvious pay cut.
And that's not on him. That's on the GM and the owner. Bag of bones. But help me understand, because if we're going to talk about if we're going to be honest about Dak, is Dak Prescott an elite passer? Yes. Has he won enough? No, he has not. I totally agree with that. Are you putting losses on? You're putting their plight in Dallas on Dak Prescott not being good enough. And you're saying that if Shedeur Sanders was the starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, they'd be in a better spot than they would with Dak. Which is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. Dak Prescott, if you look at his numbers, has thrown for 31,000 yards. 213 touchdowns against 82 interceptions. And the one year he had the 15 interceptions, as we've fought on this show. I think it was 12 of the 15.
Yeah, it was on, what do they call it, on frame or on target.
Hit the wide receiver in the hands or the chest.
Yeah.
One of them hit the tight end in the face. 12 of the 15. But you want to replace that with a quarterback with zero experience who has one good preseason game under his belt, and you're saying he's better than Dak Prescott. I can't help you with that.
Yeah.
I can't help you with that. Eagles QB had a nice game. I hate it. I hate everything about it. The Eagles are going to be good again. They're going to be good again. And I don't know how you explain that the Eagles just run that division. And you look at the way that the Eagles built this team, and I just will never understand how New York, Washington, and Dallas let this happen. Because the Eagles did nothing related to witchcraft or sorcery. They drafted well and they spent money well. I know.
Dude.
I know. Craziness in that division.
Just one quick note out of that game. I have to say, I was so impressed with just how genuinely garbage the Bengals defense was against Tanner McKee, dude. He was playing your number ones at one point, and you still gave it up. Like, dude, you made Tanner McKee look like a good quarterback, dude.
Oh, wasn't he?
My God.
Like 20 of 25 or something.
20 of 25,
like
which is 80% completion. 252, 10-yard average, 2 TDs, 28 for a long.
You figure it out.
How?
I have no idea.
Like,
I honestly, I do not know.
Listen, Smoking Joe and Jamar look amazing. You know, Jamar Chase out here making linebackers look like idiots. Like, I'm good, dude. I'm good. Like, I love it. But, man, that defense is going to kill them this year, as it has the last 2 years.
I don't know. I have no idea how on earth you
80%.
I don't even know what you say about it. I don't know how you describe it. It is so bad to me. Like, just looking at some of the highlights and looking at the way that they were good throws, but it's not like they had tight coverage. It's not like the one throw, the guy is open by 5 yards. So you're going to complete that pass. But I'm just amazed that we're in a position where this bro just balled out And there is nothing you could have done to save that. And I 80%.
That's rough, dude. That is
Philadelphia,
rough.
I'm just going to say it again. Philadelphia is going to be very good.
Yeah.
They're going to be very, very good. And I wish the rest of the NFC East luck. I do, because I don't know. Wasikowski, Monty really took some smelling salts himself today. They're not illegal in the NFL. They're not illegal, but
just bring your own beverage,
teams,
bro.
Yeah, teams, you got to bring your own BYOSS. Like, you got to bring your own smelling salts, because you can bring them. The team just can't do it. Steve Caskey. How can JJ have a handle on the playbook when he hasn't been given the defensive plays? That's a good point.
Good point. See what he did there?
I mean,
doesn't have the full playbook. I mean, how can he be successful?
It's a good
he doesn't
point.
have all the plays. I mean,
point.
that's a very fair question.
Hey, Sumbry, how the heck are you, dude? Good to see you. Joey B. Skinny Monty to Jake's sneaker collection. The Monty Show got you covered. The problem is now everybody has been asking me, bro, how do you let your kids spend that kind of money on sneakers? First of all, they dropped a long time ago. He's a grown-ass man. And second of all, he hasn't got anything compared to what I have.
Yeah,
I have an entire room of my house.
I mean, it's substantial. Yeah, it's
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
And really the difference is in the 90s collection, because you have several pairs of 90s that I would love.
I'm wearing a pretty pimp ass pair of 90s today, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. What's worth more, Skinny Monty's BMW or Jake's sneaker collection?
Oh, the Beamer by far. The sneaker, I did the math one time, and it's only like it's not even 10 grand. I don't think. And
no, I'm probably around. I'm probably less than 10 grand, but who knows? Speaking of the Beamer, shout out. I appreciate everybody who's coming up to me saying, "Hey, Monty," and I probably shouldn't say his name, but my guy at U Health. I'm sitting out front of U Health the other day. I'm sitting out front of Buddy. I'm sitting out front of U Health, and Buddy walks over and he's like, "Hey, I met you and Jake at the Jazz game 2 years ago, and I really appreciate it." And here's one of the funny things before we get back to your comments. So if you guys notice, I create a lot of content alone. I'm the only one on this channel who ever creates content. Because I actually do play golf, and I actually do drive a BMW, and I am fat. That's true. No getting away from that one. But I've had two people say to me, like, I didn't think you really drove this car. Like, what? And I just want to say, do you think I rent the BMW? It's in the parking lot. Like, go look at it. Like, it's not, I am amazed that do people really rent cars to make you think they own them? I mean, that's wild to me. That's what odds me. Look at that. He's back in the gym. Who's back in the gym? Kyler? I think he means Kyler.
Oh,
Kyler.
yes.
Yeah, you know. That Kyler video is undefeated. Length and girth, yes. Jedi Buck.
Yeah.
Length and girth is never a bad thing.
Length and girth.
You know. Monty renting the BMW the same way Harbaugh bought cheeseburgers for kids. The wolf.
Well played, dude.
Way to go, wolf.
Well played.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
I love it. The wolf. And donuts, I had a 15 M3, got smoked by a WRX, sold it. Yeah, I'm not getting smoked by WRXs. Although I would never drive triple digits in my BMW. We all know that.
What?
There may have been an instance of greatness over the weekend coming down the canyon with a couple of Audis, and yeah, they tried to test your boy.
Yeah,
you little you little A4s can't you? Come on, man. You can't do that. Which is fine. Let's see. Monty. When Monty hits the 199-pound mark, odds he wears a banana hammock while poolside at the Westin Ocean Resort Villas Kaanapali. Happening. I need a little Hawaii in my life. It has been. I feel like it's been forever. I'm ready. I'm ready for a little time off. Like, I am. Congratulations, football season. It's essentially You guys realize this Friday, I'm actually going out of town this Friday. It's pretty much the last Friday off.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
football season's here.
But I got to say, I mean, I don't know what it was this year. I don't know if it just was like a longer summer or like what happened, but it felt like the dead period that we all go through as sports fans was super long this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that. I feel like this summer has been stupidly hot and really fast. And I am ready. I know, again, I probably shouldn't say this stuff out loud because I think you guys will probably want to have me institutionalized. I'm ready for some rain and like some weather I know it doesn't rain. We were up in Park City at Canyons Resort playing golf yesterday, and they said that they have not had measurable rainfall since before the 4th of July.
Yeah.
It's August 11th. Since before the 4th of July. They have not had. Come on. The most wonderful time of the year. I'm ready, dude. I am ready. Woof. The sub 60-degree nights this past week have been lovely, haven't they?
God, where the hell are you?
Bro, we were up in the mountains playing golf this weekend. And actually Mrs. Monty and I went for a picnic up at Brighton. And it was like 56 degrees. Like, it was chilly. It was like middle 80s for a high. Friday night we played our regular Friday night 9. Beautiful weather. Like, it was incredible. It was incredible. I'm ready. I need, somebody figure out climate change, because your boy likes 70 and sunny, rain once a week, little breeze maybe, clouds come in, clouds go out.
Little breeze maybe. Asking too much.
I mean, does everything have to be dead in July? Like, grasses are dead, trees are dead, your mom's dead. Like, it's been so hot.
Yeah.
It's been nice here in the Salt Lake Valley. You really think? I think it's the last couple of days it's been nice. But dude, it is I think this has been an incredibly hot summer here. We should not be near 100 degrees every day for 6 weeks. That's not what it used to. Again, we used to get thunderstorms during the summer. Where's that been? Like, it's crazy how dry it's been. Crazy. And it's always windy here. But the thing about Salt Lake that's been really crazy, the wind and the air quality. This has been one of the worst air quality years we've had in some time. And again, not to keep saying it, but we were up in Park City yesterday. Big brand new fire broke out while we were playing golf. Parks Canyons Resort has their tee box number 6, which, great story. Real quick, you guys don't give a rat's ass about this, but number 6, you are elevated and you're looking down on the green. It measures 4 something, but it doesn't play that far. I actually drove that green yesterday for the first time ever. Was able to hit a driver that was accurate enough but we're standing up on that tee box and there was a brand new huge fire you could see off in the distance because everything is so dry. It's just wild. Chad Perling, Monty, I noticed you parked next to a Honda Civic Type R at the golf course. There you go. I couldn't. I may have. I don't notice them little cars anymore.
I feel like it's getting to a point with people recognizing the car that you need the license plate needs to just be like Monty or something.
Well, we've vacillated back and forth about, do I get a vanity plate or do I not? And I take a lot of heat. I still think the Talks to You vanity plate was the best one I've ever had.
Yeah.
And now that Flu Game is dead, I'm going to have to find something. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm going to have to find a plate or two. But yeah, there you go. Wasikowski, being able to spend summers in Michigan is like fall now, right? Like, you moved to fucking Florida, guy. Did you think it was going to be cooler? You had to know, Eric, you had to know that as a working man, because you are a working man, as a working man, Florida was going to be hot. And I don't even know where in Florida you live, but it's certainly warmer than Michigan.
It's going to be moist.
Hey, to all of our friends in the Midwest, this rain has been crazy. Please be careful. What's going on in Chicago, Milwaukee? I mean, the rain in the Middle East, the rain in the Midwest this weekend was crazy. The Wolf. No, sorry, I agree. These last few days have been nice, right? Friday night was just epic. Ryan Smith is responsible for air quality in your area. I believe he is.
I mean, that seems like a really reasonable take, dude. Thank you.
Believe he is. I will say the only thing one of the main reasons I would think about moving from Utah is what's happening with the Great Salt Lake. The water levels are getting to a point where we're going to start getting poisonous dust released from the lake. And if that happens, dude, it is, not good. Air quality, yikes. I was driving over the Chicago Sky Bridge a couple of weeks ago and couldn't see downtown, just a haze. It's happening in a lot of places, man. Happening in a lot of places. Joey B, odds that Monty tells Jake to move his car truck out of the garage when he visits Jake's home, -110. Jake not allowed to park in his own garage when Monty comes over. Jake's probably got a pile of crap in his. Do you have a garage?
I do. Yeah, one car.
How full is it?
Not very full at all, actually.
You're a liar.
I'm not a liar. I'm not, because we got a storage unit. So we don't have a lot of stuff at the place.
Oh, you got a storage unit.
Yeah,
okay.
We got a storage unit. So we don't have a lot of stuff at the place.
Big Blue Horses, Monty, your vanity plate should say macaque.
Okay, we've been over this, dude.
I don't disagree. Do you guys
macaque?
Do you dare me? I guarantee you I could get macaque approved because I'll say I train monkeys.
I train monkeys.
I'm a zookeeper.
Quote, I train my monkey.
I am a zookeeper, and I have a particular affection for macaque monkeys and macaque.
Right. Yeah.
Chad Perling, didn't really see you. I'm sitting at home in El Paso, but my insider said you 3-putted after the 6-hole drive, bro. And the video is on my social media. I had the worst.
How does that not go in, dude?
I played I played a terrible round of golf yesterday. On the 18th, it's an elevated tee box. It's, I think 325 is what my laser measured it at. I hit a PXG mini driver. If you guys aren't playing a mini driver, you're dumb. I hit a PXG mini driver. And it was probably 14 feet, 15 feet from the hole. Drove the green. Eagle putt. Perfect putt. Hit the hole and just kind of didn't go in. Stopped like an inch from the hole, which is what your mom said. But it stopped like an inch from the hole. Hit the hole. Like, if you won't believe it, I think the short is on the YouTube channel. I think I know it's on my TikTok, Instagram. Bro, I was at 10,000 followers on Instagram or on TikTok. I am so pissed about this.
Yeah, I saw this too.
I was at like 90. I needed 16 followers. I think it was at 9,984. I posted another video. I go back to look at my metrics. I'm back to 7,000 followers. Like, what? Do you know how long the climb to 10,000 was? To be back at 7,000 is just an absolute kick in the bag. Like, I went from 90, I was at 9,900. I'm at 7,700 now.
Yeah.
Or 7,100.
That's painful.
Dude, it is absolutely.
Go find him on TikTok, follow him, get him back up there.
I'm at 7,205 now. I was at 9,984. And I'm at 7,205. Oh, my God. Mike Smith, it was an inch short. That's what she said. Ho, ho!
Oh!
See, you know.
Bada bing.
And remember, the worst day golfing beats the snot out of the best day doing your show. Well, that's absolutely true. Friday night was amazing. We played a great round. I shot 2 over. I had an absolute disaster of a 6th hole at Glenmore. This par 5, I made a bomb of a putt. I putted really well this weekend. There's a par 5. You come up out of this valley, you play this par 5. You turn around and you go the exact opposite way on a par 4. Pulled my driver way left. Hit a pitching wedge that was short. And or no, pulled a pitching wedge way left, hit a 60-degree that went way long. Like I took a 6 on a par 4, absolutely gutted my round because I had back-to-back birdies to get from even par to 2 under. Then I was 1 over, and then I parred out the rest of the way. I will do at some point. I am going to shoot a 35 on the front 9 at Glenmore, and I don't know how, but yeah. It is what it is. All right. Hour number 2 of the Monty Show, as always, presented by our friends at The Advocates, theadvocates.com, the best injury attorneys in the business. Is the Big 12 being overlooked again? Let's talk about it next.
When you've been injured in an accident, one thing leads to another. Your injury leads to treatment. Treatment leads to hospital bills. Bills lead to debt. Debt leads to stress. The Advocates can help relieve that stress. Having an advocate attorney on your side leads to faster resolutions, fair outcomes, and a peaceful recovery for you. You deserve an advocate.